Hi, I'm Merritt and this is Nikki, and we're talking about today's Nintendo Direct. Oh my god, everything happened so much.
Everything happened so
Wow,
much.
Okay.
Where do we start?
A lot of stuff came out of nowhere. Actually, a few days ago, we were talking about what to expect, and I feel like we hit maybe a third of the things that really came out. So we're looking over here because we have everything up here because it's impossible to remember all of this. So maybe let's get the things out of the way that we knew were coming already. Luigi's Mansion 3.
They changed the title. They got rid of working title.
They got rid of the working title, 2019 copyright Nintendo.
Luigi's Mansion
It looks
3.
pretty cool though.
Yeah.
There's a co-op multiplayer mode. There's Gooigi.
Luigi's there. You can
you hate to see that.
You hate to see that. You can like suck up the zombies only halfway and then like
Luigi is very
them.
scared, but he's also very violent.
Yeah.
Which is like the most dangerous kind of plumber.
He's a soccer hooligan.
He's a soccer hooligan, yeah. He's a common soccer hooligan. So that actually looks very cool.
Yeah.
There's some kind of tower mode.
Yeah, that I also think you can do multiplayer.
Yeah.
Which looks very exciting.
That actually reminds me of the old Street Pass game on the 3DS, where you were you're clearing not Find Me, it was before that. It was you're like clearing these like floors of ghosts and you get different guns and stuff. I don't remember the name of it. We'll put a graphic up or something. So yeah, Luigi's Mansion.
That's coming.
That's coming. Link's Awakening. We got
a date.
We got a date.
Yeah.
So that is
September. 20th. That's so soon.
That's very soon, right?
September is,
September's gonna be a lot.
Packed. That game looks so good.
We saw Link eat an entire apple.
With the core.
And everything, like an animal. Just like a little wild animal. He doesn't know anything.
Doesn't know anything. He's a criminal. Looks like he was about to steal that bow.
So in the original Link's Awakening, for people who don't know, you can steal things from the item shop.
What?
Yeah. Did you not? Have you not played it? You can steal things from the item shop, but if you fail, the item shop guy kills you, and if you succeed, I think it's if you succeed. Maybe it's if you get caught. I forget. Everyone calls you thief for the rest of the game.
That's amazing.
And like you can't fix it. So like there's like emotional impact moments at the end of the game where they're like, well, I guess this is goodbye, thief. It's in all caps. So I'm wondering if they'll bring that back because that was a lot. So. There's a cool kind of like create a dungeon mode.
Yeah.
You like get pieces of dungeons throughout the game and you assemble them to create your own dungeon that like, it seems like probably the harder you make it, the better the reward you're going to get from it, I would guess. Yeah, I don't think, they didn't mention anything about those being shareable or anything.
Yeah, which I thought was strange.
It's a little weird.
That seems, you have the code system already from Mario Maker. I feel like you would just...
Maybe they'll announce that later. But for now, it looks like it's kind of a single player thing that you would do that. I was curious as to what they would add to this because when they re-released the game for the GBC, they added a whole dungeon that was just based on color. So if you played that game on a Game Boy, it was impossible to actually complete that extra dungeon
so cool.
because it was just you had to be able to see the difference between red and blue.
Right.
So you could only do it on a Game Boy Color. So it's cool to see that they're adding some stuff. Obviously, it looks beautiful.
It looks so good.
So cool. Like the toy look is so great. They nailed it.
But there's like there's so much emotion in the facial expressions still. It's so simple and clean.
That's a different video. So Cadence of Hyrule. Weird that that's not coming out today, but it's coming out in like 2 days.
It's coming out on the 13th.
It's coming out on the 13th,
Why?
so very, very soon.
They couldn't get the build ready. That's the only explanation.
They had to add Tingle.
If Tingle's not in that game, I'm going to be so mad.
If Tingle's not in every game, I'm going to be so mad. Animal Crossing. We have a new Animal Crossing.
I'm so excited.
And it takes place on an island. It seems like there's some kind of like, you get away from your city life. Like you buy this package from Tom Nook, and then obviously he's like, you owe me a lot of money now, so you're in debt bondage to me forever.
Sorry.
Oh, well. But you get to live on an island and build a little camp.
Build your camp, and then I presume that camp turns into a home.
I would expect
so. And it's got multiplayer. There was a shot that had like 9 people or something wild running around on that island. You have a pole that you can use to pole
You can
vault
vault
across
over the river.
rivers,
It was very
which is
cute.
amazing. And legitimately, the thing I'm most excited about is they figured out how to get black people's skin
They
color
finally
right.
got it. They had to crack the code.
Oh my god! If you don't know, so in New Leaf, you could make your skin darker, but you had to go to the island with Cap'n, and then just literally stand in the sun for a while to get more tan. So you were never black or any shade of actual brown.
You're kind of like orange.
You were just orange.
Yeah.
Which sucked. But there's a Black Animal Crossing boy in the video.
There is.
So I'm very excited about
Now,
that.
was in Pocket. I never played Pocket Camp.
Yeah.
Did they? No.
It's weird.
This is the first.
Weird still. Yeah.
So Nintendo finally figured it out. Ubisoft this year figured out how to do grandmas.
Mm-hmm.
After famously 5 years ago saying that they couldn't have lady assassins because it was
Yeah.
too hard.
The animations were too hard.
They're too complicated. And Nintendo figured out black people.
Black people.
So
Progress.
We're all.
It looks so good though.
It looks very cute and good.
Yeah. It just looks so good. The lighting is the thing. Like the other thing I took away is like the lighting is really good. Like I cannot wait to see a sunset in that video
Ooh,
again.
yeah.
It's gonna be really good.
It looks great. That is next March,
Yeah.
which next March is going to be buck wild because we've got Animal Crossing, Cyberpunk,
That Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy VII. I'm already exhausted. Oh my god.
Video games. They're happening.
Oh, there's too many of them. Some other smaller things that we already knew existed, but we got
Yeah.
more kind of concrete details on. Astral Chain, that's
Yeah.
coming out in August.
That's a platinum joint.
Kind of a Shin Megami Tensei sort of thing where you're like arresting demons, it
Yeah.
looks like.
You're a cop.
You're a cop. But you only arrest demons? Is that,
Impossible to say.
are you a good cop?
Good cop. Listen,
are there
E3
good cops?
2019, the takeaway might be is that this is the year of the cop.
The Year of the Cop, yeah.
We don't know yet. We'll find out. That game looks fine.
It looks cool. Daemon X Machina
Yeah.
is another one.
That game looks very cool.
I did play the demo of it. I don't know if it's still available on the
I think
eShop.
that was like a very short period.
I
of
think
time
it was a window.
situation.
It was fun. It was a cool game. It's by the Armored Core guy
Mm-hmm.
or team, and yeah, kind of like an anime Armored Core. A lot of flying around and giant robots. You can get out of the robots too. Run around on foot. You can like cut your human limbs off and replace them with robots,
Sweet,
which is
perfect.
kind of cool.
The dream.
Yeah, and the game is very straight up. Like it warns you, which was really interesting. It was like, are you sure you want to replace your human eyes with cameras?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna look different. And it was like,
So I don't
okay.
care. I
So
can't see my eyes.
I'm wondering whether people will whether there will be narrative consequences to that
Right.
because like the game is like very much like, ugh. I don't know. Maybe it's just because. Are you sure you want to change your character model?
The Witcher 3.
The Witcher 3?
They squished the Witcher
crunched
3
it down like Superman crushing coal into
It's
a
so
diamond.
small.
In this case, a bigger diamond into a smaller diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
That
like
game's gonna be $80.
it's gonna be like $100 US.
Yeah.
It's gonna. I don't know how it's gonna run.
Poorly.
Not great, I would expect.
It'll be
Poorly.
there though. The cartridges, the bigger the cartridge, the more expensive it is for the developer.
Yes.
And that game is big.
It's a big game.
I legitimately think that game's gonna cost like $80.
It
I
very
wouldn't
well
be surprised. But also, I don't know. If I wouldn't play The Witcher 3 on a Nintendo Switch, but I mean it's there, so
Yeah.
it's there.
Well, I mean, they're bringing lots of stuff. Like, they're bringing all these ports. So that's exciting. Some things came out of nowhere, too. One thing that I lost my mind about was they're remaking Seiken Densetsu 3, which, for those who don't know, is the third Secret of Mana. It's confusing because the numbers were different.
It's a
in
real
different
Final
things.
Fantasy situation.
Yeah, it's a real Final Fantasy. Seiken Densetsu 3 was never released in the West,
Okay.
and it's an action RPG, like in the Secret of Mana vein, obviously. But there's like a ton of different characters, and you pick one at the beginning, and they all have a different story, but their stories kind of intersect with each other. So like, you pick one character at the beginning, but then you meet like two other ones, and you have a party. You like level up and like change jobs and stuff. You can be like a cool beast man or like a knight or like a witch, like all these different things. And then after they announced that, they said, "Oh, by the way, that whole like Mana series is coming to Switch today."
Yeah. It's called the Collection of Mana.
Which is wild. So yeah, all those I guess are probably out now by the time this video goes up.
Download 'em.
So yeah, play Seiken Densetsu 3. It's like very, very good. And I'm super hyped for the remake.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna
I'm
be
excited
wild.
to play
It's gonna
this.
be so great. More surprises, Panzer Dragoon.
John was very hype about it.
Yeah, John was very excited. EIC, John Morton was very, very excited. I'm not actually sure what it is because
Me neither.
whether it's I know what it is. It's a very highly acclaimed Sega Saturn shooter with RPG elements, as I understand it. But I don't think we're sure of like if it's just a remake of the first one,
Right.
if there's like added content or what. But definitely out of nowhere.
Yeah, it looked really good also.
And it looks really cool.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of those games that like a lot of people have heard of, but not that many people have played, myself included.
Yeah.
Well, it was like very difficult too, right?
Yeah.
So
I didn't know what a Saturn was until like legitimately like 4 years ago.
but what else?
They're putting Banjo in Smash.
Banjo's in Smash. So this was, I think, a lot of
Rumored
people
for
expected. It was rumored for a
forever.
long time. Makes a lot of sense, obviously. Very cool. I love the bird and the bear man. They're my friends.
Yeah. The reveal was amazing.
it
If
was-
Nintendo continues to just troll the ever-loving shit out of the
Yeah.
people who watch these things, they did it with Isabelle in Animal Crossing. They set it up as, hell yeah, new Animal Crossing footage, and then it was like, nah, JK, Isabelle's just in Smash.
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, but then it's a new Animal Crossing. For this one, they like showed the silhouette of Banjo and Kazooie, and then it actually turned out to be Duck Hunt.
They're like,
and
it's
Duck
that
Hunt
dog
Dog.
and bird that everyone hates.
That they literally are born to be shot.
Yeah. They born to die. 10,000 dead cops. World is a up.
You hate to see it.
You-
Anyway, Banjo-Kazooie's in Smash. That's pretty cool. There was like a lot of weird stage stuff.
Yeah, there's like because they had like the hub world
Yeah.
from Banjo Kazooie, which is like that twisty kind
And
of.
it looked 3D fightery for a second, and I
Yeah,
know that
almost.
was not what was happening, but
Yeah.
it looked very strange. I'm excited to see like what that actually
I
is.
hope they include. I think it's called TikTok Woods.
Yeah.
The stage in Banjo Kazooie where it's like different, like with different seasons.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the dopest stage in that game, and I really hope they include that.
Really excited.
The music too. We're gonna get some Grant Kirkhope
Grant
up in
Kirkhope
this.
back.
So good. Also, you can be the guy from Dragon Quest, all of them,
All
which was
4
wild.
links.
So I was like 90% sure that they were gonna say Monster Hunter is the new guy. I still think they might at some point, but they said, okay, yeah, no, you can be the Dragon Quest hero, and we were like, why don't they call him his name?
Yeah.
Because he has a name.
Oh, what's his name?
I don't remember.
Terrence.
John knows. It's a title in the
Okay.
new Dragon Quest. And it's because you can play as all of the Dragon Quest heroes. I don't know if you can play as the guy from Dragon Quest Heroes, but you can play as all the
You play as-
protagonists
yeah.
from the different games. They're all different skins. And at first I was like, man, it's another sword boy.
another Link.
We have so many swords. Every Fire Emblem is a sword.
Yeah. Even
but
the one with the book is a sword.
even the one with the book is a sword. But there's some cool menu-based stuff.
Yeah, that
like
stuff
they
looks
revealed
super
that like
cool.
halfway through, and it was like, oh,
Yeah.
that seems neat.
Yeah.
Like, if-
building off of Shulk.
yeah,
Because Shulk has stances,
Mm-hmm.
basically. Yeah, it looked like there were just straight up turn-based.
right. And they've played with that before too, with other characters like Cloud.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I'm kind of curious. Also, I love the Dragon Quest art. Like Akira Toriyama. God, it's so tight, so choice, so fresh, so poppin'.
So clean.
And we do have that Dragon Quest game coming out on Switch as well.
Yeah.
With
The longest title known to...
very
yeah.
long, very long
The
title.
worst.
And also it has that new mode where you can switch to like classic art.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can switch back and forth.
Oh, that rules.
Very cool. I might actually finally play that.
Yeah.
It looks cool. I was thinking of playing it for PS4, but I love a
Take it on
Switch
the-
RPG.
Take it to the go.
Take
On the
this Switch to
train.
the moon. What else?
What else?
No More Heroes 3.
Travis Touchdowns got a mech suit now, and also sunglasses that are bad. Has he always had those bad sunglasses? Damn, Travis. Come on.
He's got a fake the T-shirt for the band. With the lines.
The band.
Not New Order, Joy Division.
Ah.
Yeah, it looks like that. Maybe it's for something else.
The collar is very stiff.
Travis Touchdown is like, I played No More Heroes like 10 years ago, whenever it came out. Longer than that.
Yeah, it's like 13 years.
Yeah, but it was fun. They did some fun stuff playing with the idea of an open world game. The combat was neat. You did suplexes on people and also had a lightsaber. Travis Touchdown as a character I don't think has aged super well.
Yeah.
He's basically an otaku, but like, he's cringy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, no. Hey, y'all? They're making a sequel to Breath of the Wild?
Oh, did we not mention that?
No.
They're making a sequel to Breath of the...
They're just making a second one.
Yeah. I mean, they have to. They had to. We have been talking about this basically all week. Like, I never expected them to show anything from it. I would have just expected, like, okay, there's a second. But if you think about, like, the last time... Well, I guess with Twilight Princess, they didn't reuse that engine, but that was kind of a weird case where it was, like, at the end of a development cycle and, like, at the beginning of a new console.
GameCube.
But with Ocarina of Time, they're like, oh, there's a lot of stuff we didn't fit in this game. And also, we have all these assets already. Let's just do Majora's Mask. And that was fantastic. And so, like, the Breath of the Wild engine, there's so much there. And there's a second one. Yeah. And it looks like you are exploring underneath Hyrule Castle with Zelda.
Yeah.
And then maybe Demise is there.
Is also there. It's so unclear.
It's very unclear.
That, it looks like it has a similar tone and vibe as Majora's Mask, which is to say scary as hell.
Yeah.
Because the neck on that zombie thing does some stuff.
That was some like first time you see a Redead in Ocarina of Time shit. Like that was spooky.
It was the worst. I'm so excited.
So my first thought when like I was talking about a sequel to this game would be like, okay, you're going around with Zelda trying to rebuild the world.
Right.
So I'm really curious if that's going to be part of it, like with the town building stuff from Breath of the Wild, or if you're just going to be sort of like going underground and like exploring all this weird like ancient shit, which would make sense too because Zelda's role in that game is sort of like, she's kind of like an archaeologist, like researcher.
Right.
So it would make sense if you were sort of like going around with her, like investigating these like old mysteries.
Yeah. It's also, correct me if I'm wrong, is this not the first, like, we're going to pick up right after the end of this Zelda story?
Technically, Ocarina of Time.
Oh, that's the same
and Majora's
Link?
Mask. Yes.
Oh,
so,
okay.
like, at the end of Ocarina of Time, Link goes back to being a child. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a few timelines. It gets confusing. But Majora's Mask is the same Link as in Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
And it's, like, immediately after, and he's, like, gone wandering, and he falls in a hole and ends up in a different world.
Yeah.
So...
And he gets helped by that Deku thing.
Yes.
Real
by
bad.
the Deku Scrub.
It's very...
not by the Deku Scrub, by the Skull Kid. Yeah. That is a direct follow-up, but not in the sense that it's following any of the threads from that game. So this... I mean, again, An Adventure of Link.
Right.
We did do that too, but neither of those games were really like... You know, here's all the characters and they're back and they're the same people and we're exploring them further. Yeah. So that's going to be the first time really that they've done that. Wow, it's in development. That's all we know.
Coming. Yeah,
it's coming at some point. I would guess 2021 at the earliest.
I was yelling over there near my desk. That seems like we're launching an upgraded version of the Switch launch
Switch
game.
Pro.
Yeah.
Yep.
That seems exactly like what you would put that on.
It does.
So we'll see.
So I think that covers most of it. There's a ton of stuff. There is some stuff that we probably didn't hit. Yeah. We'll have more coverage
we're going
on
to the
fanbyte.com.
Yeah.
And this week, we are going to get our hands on some of these games. So very exciting.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching. And if you really like this video, you should subscribe to the whole channel because there's a lot of cool stuff like it. Check out fanbyte.com for the latest and greatest in games and entertainment and tech.